Volume 1. Provoked. Written and narrated by Delores Michelle Peters.
Trigger warning. Provoked contains content that may be triggering or distressing for some listeners. This series delves into sensitive topics, including religious trauma, emotional challenges, and complex family dynamics. Episodes may include discussions on abuse, emotional distress, and mental health. Please be advised that listening to this content may evoke strong emotional responses or memories. If you are sensitive to these themes or have experienced trauma, consider whether this content is suitable for you at this time. It is crucial to prioritize your mental and emotional well-being. If you find that the content becomes overwhelming, we encourage you to take a break or seek support from friends, family, or mental health professionals. Your well-being is of the utmost importance. If you proceed with listening, we appreciate your understanding and acknowledge the importance of creating a safe and supportive space for all listeners. If you or someone you know is in crisis, please seek immediate help.
Dedication. To every daughter whose hero was also her villain. You, my sister, are not alone. I stand with you and for you. Delores. Prologue. It was all too familiar.
You know what? Fuck all y'all. Every one of you motherfuckers. Every one of you. You want to play a game with me? Come on. Let's go. Let's game up. Come on. You want to play a game? I got games for every one of you motherfuckers.
His tone sent a piercing sensation through my chest to the pit of my lower abdomen. I didn't have to see his face. The image ingrained. His eyes were squinting and black. His lips would become paper thin and tight. His face would flush with fury. His jaw would grind and pulse, and his stance would shift as if he were preparing for a physical attack. It was the voice of my father, the pastor, and it was all too familiar. He wasn't yelling. In fact, he was relatively calm. It was a cold calm that often disarmed people and weakened their defenses as his rage subtly increased. But I was completely in tune with his emotions, a skill I developed as a child, and how I survived growing up in constant fear. He gave these tantrums in doses, a toxic cocktail of verbal abuse, manipulation, and control, encapsulated by religion, which made it palatable. But anger was the active ingredient.
I want you to know I meant well to this church. I meant well to my family. Y'all don't deserve me. You won't get me another hour. You won't have me another hour. Not another second. Not one. You just lost. It'll look like you won, but you've lost. Fuck you. Fuck you. You ain't trying to help me. You join the ranks of everybody. Let's play on the pastor. Let's play on.
It was the subtleties in the way he said things, the breathy way he emphasized certain words, his vocal inflections and tone, a carefully placed grunt, a pause, or a look. Experts in narcissism call it narcissistic rage. Intense anger, aggression, or passive aggression when a narcissist experiences a setback or a disappointment, which shatters his or her illusions of grandiosity, entitlement, and superiority, and triggers inner inadequacy, shame, and vulnerability. That comes from Preston Nye in 2018. No one could instill fear like Pastor. He was so crafty that most people were oblivious to his tactics. But this time, the mask slipped. This time, the threats of violence, the literal danger, the exploitation and psychological manipulation were directed at someone more innocent than me. Someone so undeserving of the hatred, disdain, and evil that Pastor's words were laced with. They may not have risen to the level of illegality or violated a rule, but I knew my mother, the co-pastor, was in danger. Every profane word felt like a gut punch that took my breath away. I could feel the anger boiling in the pit of my belly, the exact spot where I experienced that inexplicable attack. The section of my GI tract the surgeon removed. That's where I carry my anger. Where do you carry yours? Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger by the way you treat them. Rather, bring them up with the discipline and instruction that comes from the Lord. Ephesians 6:4, New Living Translation.
Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your seats as Delores guides us on an exciting new journey with her Bookcast series, The Pastor's Daughter, Provoked. Far from ordinary, this series dives into a deep examination of the human spirit, enriched by actual audio and video evidence. In Provoked, Delores brings to life a gripping story grounded in the scripture, Ephesians 6:4, uncovering a tale of a daughter's anger against her religious narcissist father's induced trauma. Each chapter unfolds as a deep exploration of complex father-daughter dynamics. This literary odyssey goes beyond just words, offering a multi-sensory experience. Delores shares with us not just a story, but emotions, inner conflicts, and the journey towards truth, all intensified by the tactile presence of real-life audio and video snippets. Whether you're an avid book lover or an explorer of compelling narratives, Provoked invites you into a space ripe with discovery and revelation. Come confront the shadows of the past, celebrate the human spirit's triumphs, and witness emotionally charged moments with your own eyes and ears. Join Delores, an expert storyteller, as she masterfully knots together the threads of emotion and truth. Provoked is not just a bookcast. It's a transformative narrative journey that comes alive with actual evidence. Be part of it as we unravel the chapters of resilience and the birth of empowered discerners. Welcome to The Pastor's Daughter, Provoked. The Bookcast